Hello, everybody, and welcome into Zelda Speedruns, where today we've got for you all some more Wind Waker Randomizer Season 8 action. Today is our Losers Bracket Quarters, Game 1, Gymnast86 versus Jasnix08. Joining us today tracking, we've got Spread and Lada Chiamaka, and joining me in the commentary booth, we've got Monko. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. We should have a pretty fun one today because, I know we said we're losers, but it's losers quarters. At this point, there's just no bad runners left. I mean, looking at the tournament this year, there wasn't any bad runners to begin with, so it's gonna be a good old time.
Oh, yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm super excited. Both Gymnast and Jasnix, longtime runners, both incredibly successful. So
yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting. We know Jim is better as the tournaments go on because he doesn't really practice between them. So at this point of the tournament, we have a pretty prime Jim, and on the other side we have Jasnix, who's kind of always ready even between tournaments. So should be interesting to see who can push their game the farthest in this one.
Oh yeah.
So season 8. A bunch of new checks. I haven't been around too much, so it should be pretty interesting to see. I know the blue shoes are in this one this year, so that's a different one.
I will say personally, I'm a big fan of that change, but I think it makes the game kind of fun to open up some new checks, especially now that we can choose or pick and choose what specific checks from each setting we want. So
we can pick and choose, and we pick the blue shoes. Let's go.
Let's go.
next tournament, just the full trading sequence for the statues.
We'd have actually 0 runners if we did that, but
probably not. And we're off.
And we are off.
At least on one side. I'm gonna refresh to be sure
everything
is synchronized. Alright, we're starting to read some hints. Dragon Rose is on the path of Golma. Jahala. Maiden is foolish. Plateau 2. Angular Hile. The blue shoes are not required, apparently.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't want to question Jasnix right now, but he is just talking to thin hair. Interesting.
I believe that's the Vacation Link skin.
I do believe it is. Maybe he's setting up the summer right there.
Although, well, actually today it's pretty warm, but by me it's been actually kind of cold the last couple weeks.
It's been flip-flopping from where I'm from, so I do believe it. Oh, and we have an old divergence. Jim starting on Windfall, and meanwhile Jasnix going straight to Outset. Sounds like he's gonna need to do a nice little roll clip to get at the side of Meza's Kaza.
Not quite getting it there.
Honestly, starting with that, it's kind of like putting yourself right into the game, because that's one of the hardest tricks that you can pull. So let's go. It's a good way to warm up. Roll clips are very precise. And they do kind of dumb when you pull it off.
Mm-hmm. They do have a visual, or at least there's a frame I know to look for, but even then, they can still be really annoying. Nothing in Mesa's, nothing on our mail check so far.
No, and we're gonna now have Tot just dancing a little for us. Maybe that'll be something new. It wasn't, but I mean,
huge piece of art.
Who doesn't like some love, you know?
True. I mean, I like it when it's a little bit more of like a full heart, but
they're a little more helpful. Oh, spiky chests on their grandmas, as always.
A hook shot, okay.
That's a good location for a hook shot. We're right next to where one is used, so
yeah, that actually makes Jasnix's route here nice and convenient. We'll probably see.
Just realized that we started with a wallet, so
yep.
good thing to note. Thank you, game, for putting an extra number to the sequence, or else I would never be able to tell. Another roll clip for Jasnix. This one's a little precise on the angle, but second try is the charm. And we're going to be visiting Jaboon's cave.
Yep, nice easy clip to get in there.
Or Jaboon's cave. Sorry, I meant to say the Raph's cave. Jaboon's dead.
RIP's in the chat for Jaboon.
But both figuratively and literally, because he's not in the game, and also it wasn't a good check today.
Yeah. Alright, so Jazz is going to head over to Horseshoe. Probably we'll see him head up to Diamond Step as well after that. Jim just waiting on everybody's favorite.
Mila.
Nice little 2-minute cutscene to start off your seed, but...
At least we find stuff to do while waiting now.
True.
Back in my days, we didn't even believe you could get storage in that amount of time for some reason. Hey, pick the box.
That is disgusting. Okay. I mean, it's not that disgusting, but...
I mean, we're right on the island to use it, too, so not the worst.
Yeah.
Alright, time to cheat at golf.
Yep, so, gonna go for a nice, par 0 between all 3 holes here, if I had to guess.
Yeah, good start, good start. Hero's bow on Maggie's.
Okay.
Not gonna say no to that. Another spiky chest at the bottom, and it's the other wallet. So we're never gonna run out of space for money in this one. Never.
I don't think I've ever seen somebody fill a wallet anyway, but
not in these settings, at least.
Yeah.
These.
Maybe all sanities, but otherwise, no.
Omeno hole.
Shard and Windfall. Okay, well, that's kind of...
Oh, that's a classic. Even when you don't get that hint, it usually just kind of happens. Because there's so many checks.
Yep.
Oh, nicely done on the multi here. Don't have much of an equipment to deal with it, but well done.
Thankfully, the butter knife is more than enough.
That's not a very strong enemy, to be honest.
No.
Alright, Tingle time. Come on, Tingle. You know you want to make us go fast. In the vanilla game, you do now, so please.
So far, not a whole lot, but...
Hey, you never know when Tingle's gonna come around and love you. Alright, Tingle, what have you hidden in the base behind your jail cell? It's just one of these days where Tingle just refuses to have anything.
Well, luckily, this is only Game 1, and Game 2, and potentially Game 3 will be right after this, so,
oh man.
He's got 2 more chances today to be useful.
Imagine if it's always empty. I'm gonna be the saddest Tingle believer of all time.
As a Cream fan, I've learned to accept that pain.
Let's be honest. If it does happen, I think I'm gonna just say, you know, Tingle, go on retirement. We're just gonna take it over with David Jr. from here. It's fine. He's gonna do your job instead of pushing.
Honestly, he might be a little bit cheaper than Tingle.
Probably will. This is a best of 3. Yes, this is game 1 right now. So there is 2 other games right after this one. We're here for the whole afternoon.
Yep. Make sure everybody has their nice glass of water with them, because we'll be here for just probably at least 3 to 4 hours at least, if not.
And as you say it, one of our runners gets something to get a bottle of water with. Let's go.
Yep, a little bit of an unfortunate spot. Unless Jim were to somehow pull out Diamond Step early, but I highly doubt we'll see that.
Yeah, considering that the warp is right next to Outset, you usually don't see people go to Diamond Step before the rest, but you never know. You never
I've
know.
seen it, but usually that's because Diamond Step is hinted, and this seed not hinted, so
One of those days.
does have a bottle for us, so it could be something. But
The surfing board is really, really nice.
I do love this skin. Unfortunately, the bow is not tournament legal, so you have to change it. But
yeah, the bow's a little intense. What is required to finish the rando? So we need at least the 8 Triforce shards to get to Hyrule. We also need to defeat all 4 bosses that were pointed at. And we need the Master Sword to be fully powered, and the light arrows, and everything we need to get those things too. Lots and lots of things. It's gonna depend a little, but as long as you don't see 8 Triforce shards, we're not quite yet there.
Yep.
Hey, the magic has been acquired.
Kind of a double item knockout here. Jim picking up the bait bag on the one of the chests of Lenzo's house.
Man, Lenzo would be pissed at this picture. Thankfully, we're not showing it to him. Wasn't quite centered, you know?
Thankfully, this game is very lenient with...
Oh yeah, it really is.
As a kid, I thought you had to be super precise, and as I've played the game more, I've realized, oh, you can... As long as generally they're in the picture, it's fine.
It's pretty interesting. The Gossip Girls especially don't care. Could be in color, could be not in color. Milenko's a little more picky. Also, we have some spikes on Jasnix side, and it's the boomerang. The spikiest of spiky chests.
So...
This is one of those seeds where we actually have Kalidimos, so... Boomerang is actually useful.
Definitely not required, but I always prefer to get it. Yeah.
It just makes Kalidimos a lot nicer, because you don't have to cheese it with other means.
Yes. And sometimes Kalidimos really likes to be stupid and waste a bunch of time, so...
It really does. Also, this already our third piece of love.
Yeah, Windfall really showing us the love today here.
Not enough to get to the fabled fort art yet, but hey, we're close.
I would not be surprised if we end up there at some point during the seed, but...
That fort art always feels nice, because you know you don't really need it, but it also protects you from getting comboed to death by Ganondorf at the end. So...
yeah, I think we've all... all seen clips of runners just absolutely getting comboed, and
even the best runners have days where it happens. It's great.
Yep.
I always like to say that Ganondorf in this game is a better combo game than he does in Smash. So
it's sad, but it's true.
It's sad, true. Yes. Not sure if it's wooden or not. All I can see is buttons.
That looks wooden, I think. Jasnix isn't going for it, so I will guess it was probably wooden.
Yeah. The crazy thing about peaks, sometimes it's even harder for us to tell than the runners.
Thankfully, they, I guess I don't know how these guys set up, but I know for me, I have a whole monitor set up to the game, so its chest is nice and big, so I can see it. But
yeah. Oh man, the ghost ship is here, but we're not gonna go in.
Nope, no chart yet. So.
Yeah. All right. Hey, it's a wooden chest, but there is a nice little old man ho-ho in this location.
Mm-hmm. Triforce 8. Okay.
Forest Haven.
I was not paying attention to entrances, so I'm not sure if that just means the leaf check's gonna have a shard, or if it'll be in the dungeon in there, but one of these times when these guys warp, so I'll actually...
Yeah. It's gonna be one of those days. Oh man. I wouldn't like to be a bokoblin in these seeds, especially the ones on the watchtowers.
We do kind of bully them, yeah.
So, we're just kind of roll behind them, spin, and then they're off the platform pretty much. Oh, nice deal today. 100 rupees for the sum of 20 rupees. Beautiful.
Beetle, the not so spectacular businessman, but okay. So Jasnix starting up his windfall clear here. Jim gonna be starting a paw print here in a second.
Hey, fourth piece of art. We're here.
There we go.
We're officially healthy boys.
Let's go. No,
Stored bottle on DRI.
okay.
Oh, that is true. Thank you, Spread, for keeping track of that. The stored chests are the hardest ones to keep track of.
Yes. I am notorious for seeing somebody store a chest and then totally forgetting about it or just ignoring it. And
Delivery bag. Oh.
Nice open chest delivery there. Setting up for our little peek. Nothing there.
Top here, I think.
I honestly could not tell, so...
honestly, it's belief right now. I don't know either.
I'll go with the flow and say that was dead, but I have no idea.
And we were so close to greatness. Look at Jasnix rupee cat. So close.
Quick, go break one more pot. Get a green.
Be like, give us the green rupee, even if we already know. Give us the picto, please.
That would be pretty bad.
It would mean we have to restart, but still.
It would mean a lot of things, but
it means we need to call Lago, Tanjo, and everyone else working on this. But yeah, it didn't happen.
Both of their hashes match, so
It's true. The seeds without FF are pretty rare. It means that the potential to see even more game-breaking stuff is going to be even higher than usual.
True. Pretty yeah, pretty interesting dungeon set here. We're probably going to be in for a long haul today.
Two very fast dungeons, and then two that are pretty long.
And then the two longest.
Yeah.
Actually, I think Wind Temple, but
Wind Temple might be a little longer. Depends on how much of it you have to clear, though.
Yeah.
Earth Temple is pretty much always long.
Even the Go mode still takes like a good few minutes. Entrances are the 4 dungeons. Okay. See, this is why we have trackers, to keep us on track.
Beautiful.
Oh my god. God, it's gonna be a long day. Okay.
You guys are stuck with us for at least another race after this, so get used to us being confused. Alright, Gymnast now on outset. They're pretty much trading checks at this point.
Yep. The classic Wind Waker S8 experience here.
Yep. Chart 14 is back on our screens, just to say, hey, there's nothing here.
Alright, Jim's actually gonna go check this ho. I don't personally check this one because it's super far out of the way and half the time just has a duplicate.
It really does feel a little far, but hey, you never know when knowledge is gonna be power.
Shard 4 is on Windfall, we already knew that.
Beautiful.
Well,
that's very good for your confirmation bias right there.
You know that shard that you're probably going to get anyway?
Yeah, it's there. Gymnast clipping into Casa del Meza.
Yep. Jasnix going to be starting up hide and seek here in a second.
we're all confused. It's good. That way we can be confused together.
Love a good group confusion.
All right. Jasnix about to start one of the most potent glitch that we have.
Yep. Back in my day, we didn't have this.
Back in my day, while we're waiting for Mila, we were storing Lenzo's door. not House of
not the
Wells.
Lenzo door
door storage. It only worked if you had the Picto. Sometimes you did it before having the Picto, hoping that you'd get it from Mila.
The good old days.
Right, time for another roll clip from Gymnast, and straight in. It's gonna be so glad to see that the raft has nothing for us today. Works pretty well with his skin because he looks pissed while swimming. Away from the nothing.
True.
Alright, catch a few kids on Jasnix's side. The walls and the nivelations are nothing to us right now because we are one with the glitch.
Yep. Classic joke of Wind Waker walls being just little suggestions by the game devs.
Honestly, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if most of the walls just don't feel like walls anymore.
Alright. Jim going for...
a little sea hat hunt, apparently.
There we go. That first jump slash is really annoying, but the other two are pretty consistent.
Especially that one.
I guess I never... Oh, no, Jim.
That one is a little trickier, honestly.
I don't personally like going just the YOLO jump slash. I usually just do the setup. I mean, that's just runner's preference.
To answer your question, there is a place where you need to use the hammer in Earth Temple, yes.
Yes.
It's the one place, though, so it's... The hammer might feel a little useless in this one. Just a little.
Yep, definitely not the most useful hammer seat ever, but...
It does bring a good point, though. This game really likes to reuse items from previous dungeons into further dungeons.
Logically, it will almost certainly be required. It kind of just depends on where our keys are. So it does lock 2 checks on the right side.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting thing to note about Earth Temple, and this one, like the key logic, makes it very consistent that you kind of need that hammer for some reason.
Yeah, it's not super common that we don't get a key, but sometimes the game is dumb, and albeit keys are not totally required if we're just go-moding it, but it'll totally just depend on at what point do we need to go to ET.
Yeah, it's gonna be a wait-and-see situation, because like at this point it's very, very hard to say if we're gonna be like go-moding this dungeon or another one. Hey, Gymnast seeing our friend the ghost ship once again. In real life, I would not argue with you there. If you have a hammer, you kinda don't need keys in general, yes. For the record, my lawyer has told me to say this is a joke.
Basically, the only spot we really need a key for ET is in to do mini boss. You can skip it, but it's kind of obnoxious.
It really is one of those annoying checks. Oh, nice spiky chest, as we knew already, but the clip to get to it, well done on Gymnast's side.
Oh yeah.
Using a little peek to know if he needs to go further in the island, realizing that he doesn't.
See you later.
And we're apparently swimming now, so get ready for a super swim. If you're force sensitive, please look away. Look at Jasnix. He is hook-shotting on Beetle's boat. Beautiful.
I was like, I know that there's a command for this. I don't remember what the actual command is ever.
Look away, apparently. Thank you, Ladachimaka. So we should be swimming to an island that we've already seen, Island of Steel. This is kind of the go-to here. There we go. You can now look back at Gymnast's screen.
Nice clean swim from Jim.
Very clean.
I usually personally don't really go for the swim, but I know that's kind of a contentious thing from the community, so...
Yeah, it's one of those things. With the Swift Sail being added in the game, there's two schools of thought on that. So some of us think that the Swift Sail is so fast that you don't really need to bother with super swims. But there's also a few that are like, hey, this is just fun. And there's a third group in the middle that are like, there's a few swims that are actually a little faster if you get them really fast. So
yep.
you kind of see a lot of everything in this case.
Alrighty. Jasnix picking up his delivery bag. Does have his bomb, so he can check this thing here. Nothing there. Okay. Jim does not know that, I believe, so a little bit of info advantage here for Jasnix. I don't suspect Jim will go super fast to go check that, but...
That's pretty interesting. Rest in peace, mother and child to Western Swim. Yeah, there's a lot of swims that get retired over the years. There's a big one. There's a big one. The Windfall to Forsaken Fortress swim. That used to be a thing. Because we didn't have the warp to Forsaken Fortress back in Season 2. So... was added later.
I mean, Mini Misha, that's a great idea. Good luck finding people who would want to run that.
I'd love to run that, but like casually. Oh man, that little bit of grass is always on the way to peek that chest. I swear.
I hate peeking this chest so much.
But between the fire and the little blaze of grass is very hard to do. Also, there's a frog right now on our screens. I need to go into the chat real quick. I like frogs, okay?
Hey, I like frogs too. They're pretty cool.
Frogs are pretty cool dudes. I'm always sad when I realize that Zephos has been cut from the game.
R.I.P. to the goat.
Yeah, Zephos, the guy that teaches us the song.
Frog.
The goat, the frog, they're the same thing. They're not.
They're not, but...
both of them do like to climb steep surfaces, though.
True. Alrighty.
Oh, little warp and sink almost.
Excuse me. So yeah, both runners picking up Jim picking up his power bracelets. Not the most important thing right now, just because we did get early bombs. But they are required. So
it's just kind of cute to me that somehow, some way, they're on the same island holding hands right now.
We are a little bit bottlenecked. So we'll see. We'll see where these guys go from here. Jasnix with a minor advantage with the Notamam, so...
Grandma could have progression, you never know, yes.
It's looking likely.
Hey,
well, there's
nice
fire, nice.
And a Triforce shard has been found.
Okay.
A piece of the cheese and the puzzle has been solved at the same time. Picking up a fairy for Grandma later.
Yep. Both runners almost certainly going to grab their fairies here as well.
It's just a good way to get a fairy. If you forget to do that at too many fairy fountains, you kind of end up having to warp to other child and then somewhere else.
Yep. Definitely not ideal, but both runners almost certainly gonna head over to Ice Ring here. Jim already on his way there.
Yeah, when you get Fire and Ice arrows right next to one of the elemental islands, it becomes a really good idea, you know?
Yeah. Jasnix is save warping out of Southern Fairy, which... interesting.
Why not?
I don't actually think that's faster, but whatever.
I don't think it is either, but at the same time, when you say warp, you always know where your boat is gonna be. That can be kind of nice. No leaf, so we're gonna have to wait for the heist platform to move back to us.
Yep. Good old slow ice ring. At least with hookshot makes the interior a little bit quicker, but...
I was about to say, could always be slower. Missing the heist there, but getting the island on Jasnix's side. Oh, spiky chest on the inside. And it's gonna be the grappling hook.
Okay. One of our required items here, but...
And we're gonna use that little trick with the Wind Waker to slowly inch her way closer to the hole here.
Yep. Technically, this is pretty far out of logic right now, but we don't care about that logic thing.
Logic, where we're going, we don't need logic, except maybe at the very end.
Exactly.
Oh, nice little use of the bomb there to blow up the moblin, I should say.
Yeah, doing these... I don't know if you really count this as a combat cave, but I think technically in the game it's counted, but doing these with Butter Sword, definitely not the most fun.
And that's why Jim has picked up a Moblin Spear. Moblin Spears, kinda underrated, very far reach, and also they're just as hard as the Master Sword. Somehow.
Yep. Actually, they do, I think, double the damage of the Master Sword.
If I remember right. It's exactly like the Master Sword. It's just the Butter Sword is doubled by that. I do believe.
Whatever.
The reach is so great that you can hit from the front and the back, because he does like a spin attack almost with it. So you hit it on the front, and then at the end of the attack, if you're positioned well enough, you get a second hit.
Yeah.
That's why it looks like you hit twice as hard. Oh, that's also the interesting. A Dark Nut with just any other weapon than the Dark Nut weapon. They become a little faster with that, you know? It might be a Yeto clock, yes. Get ready. But before that, we need to go see Grandma.
Yes. Jim being the best grandchild to see. I do suspect Jasnix will be pretty close behind.
I wouldn't be surprised. We're just out of the island, and we're gonna warp to Great Fish. Nope. We changed our IES. Dragon Roost Island it is.
Okay. So Jazz gonna go ahead and check out the dungeon entrance here. Jim probably gonna head over to ET after doing the pig eat.
But before that, we acquired the soup.
Kind of overrated, if you ask me. But
yeah, the soup is great, man. We're in the fall. Tell me you wouldn't eat that soup. Tell me that. Nice hearty soup.
I'm sure it's whatever. Bombs were on DRI boulder chest.
The store chest, yes. That is true. No power braces for Jazz right now. Oh, the green rupee from Grandma, apparently. Greg has been found.
Oh, Lord.
And we're not at the right time of the day for the yeet, so I'm getting a little scared for our pig friend here.
Nope, Jim's just gonna do it the old-fashioned way and hop his way across.
Just hop across the bridge. Or at least try to, until the game doesn't want you to.
Oh,
no!
No.
Oh no! I had to say it. I had to say it. No.
Yep, Jim just gonna reset it.
Oh, Tower of the Gods inside of Dragon Roost Cavern, by the way. Interesting to note. Oh, small key.
Okay. I was like, I wasn't sure what that was when he first opened that, but...
Alright, time to try again for Jim. It's, the hops with the pig on your head, deceptively hard, honestly.
Yeah, one slightly wrong angle, and it's
you're off the bridge. And also, if you don't have a motion going before you press A, you just throw the pig in the water too. So it's a little more precise than it looks. We're probably close enough to push it. That's sad.
This is savable for Jim, but looks like he's just going to reset it again.
Yeah, seems like it, because it is savable, and at that point, it's just that you need to push the pig pretty precisely.
Yeah, and pushing the pig in the water is really annoying, honestly, so...
It really, really is. So Jasnix keeping going on inside of the dungeon.
Yep,
lots of wooden chests right now.
You know, though, we have both of our keys on floor 1, so... unfortunately, we are going to have to hop across those boxes, but... Thankfully, we only need one, so we can kind of just ignore that chest.
So Jim switched to the day now. Gonna be yeeting the pig, lobbing the hog, swinging the swine, whatever you want to call it. He's just gonna throw that thing.
I've never heard it called some of those. Wow. Yes.
I like to introduce new ways to call it every time.
I like
chorizo. Yes. I also like propulse the pork. Just all of that.
All that. Jim, at least grab the skull necklace. You put all that work in.
At that point, it's yours. Also, we're about to super swim again, so if you're photosensitive, please look away, and we'll tell you when it's safe to look again. Meanwhile, Jasnix back on Windfall.
Yep, gonna be picking up our light arrow hint from the best boy.
That is true. He does give light arrow hints this season. Once you have both of the bows, right?
Yep.
You can't always forget that little change. There's a lot of hints in this season, honestly.
Yeah, that's probably been the biggest change from previous seasons to this. It's just late game info is so much more powerful now.
Really is.
Okay. Jim with a nice swim here into Earth Temple.
Which is Forbidden Woods.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Let's go! The creepers rejoice!
The big creepers.
Best day ever when you see Creep having some required items. I don't think Jasnix actually peeked the hint.
Huh. Ghost Ship chart.
But, yeah, a couple nice items there in first couple checks of...
Zuneri had a town flower. What a surprise. 2 bows and Sound and Fairy.
Okay, so...
Interesting.
Probably means we'll be heading back to one of those platforms there. still need our leaf, so...
Yeah.
Gonna be a little bit till we get to grab those, but...
Just doing a few checks inside the Forbidden Woods coming out, because we don't have the leaf. That makes it a little harder to complete, and by a little harder, I mean you'd have to be Crane to want to do that.
And even Crane gave up on doing that because it's so stupid. Yeah. So
it's one of those things.
It's one of those things where it's hard coded. You need leaf to continue in that dungeon. So
it's Frog O'Clock once again. Woo! The trade of the flowers has been made by Jasnix because the Gorons are very, very nice about that.
Okay. Jez with a nice little advantage over Jim. Gonna be able to go full clear Needle Rock here.
Well, that is pretty nice. With that, the fire arrow trick makes it
yes.
Also much easier to just get the first switch.
Yeah, it's a bit of a pain if you have to use a pair, but...
The trick with the pair is that you have to, like, be in a jet fighter kind of mood, you know? You just put on Danger Zone by Kenny Loggins and you go for it.
Pull out your Tom Cruise shades and call it a day. So the 4 bosses this seed are Goma from Dragoner's Cavern, Kalidamos from Forbidden Woods, Godon from Tower of the Gods, and Jahala from ET, Earth Temple. We do have dungeon entrance window on those, so they're not in their home dungeons as we found, but...
Forest Pearl.
So far we know that our Forbidden Woods is in our Earth Temple entrance, and our Tower of the Gods is in DRC entrance.
Yeah. The entrances have been mixed for this season, so it's always a little bit of a surprise. Also, I just want to go back to the setters, Jahala from E.T. I just saw Jahala in the movie E.T. for a second because of that.
E.T. Imagine.
Jahala is in the basket of the bike. Just enormous. And you have the kid behind him just like, thank God I can see through him.
Are we sure you're not actually just Steven Spielberg?
I could be, honestly. I've never seen Steven Spielberg and myself in a room at the same time, so...
Okay. So Jasnix picking up his lead there.
Yeah, that's a good pickup, honestly.
Yep. He does know where his light arrows are, so probably not going to prioritize those super quick. Just because they're nice, but...
They're very nice, to be fair.
They are very nice, but... he'll probably grab those on his way into the ET entrance. But we'll see where he decides to head first. Alright, gonna check the Tower Gods. Oh god, Crystal's here. Oh.
Yeah, Vacation Link is here, but the items have not been modified.
Yeah.
Thankfully. We had a hint for light arrows on the Night Swan Ferry platform, so don't know exactly which, but it's gonna be fun.
Jim does not have Leaf yet. We just found it on Needle Rock. Jim already did the open chest, or the first chest, so we'll see how long it takes him to go over there. That's definitely not a place people usually prioritize super quickly.
No.
But he'll for sure head over there at some point, because he's probably running a little low on checks.
Also, we have found Dragon Roost Cavern now. Beautiful.
Crystal, you don't scare me. You're like a teddy bear.
I'd be scared, but all I need to say to Crystal is "We big, we pig," and I'm off the hook. So we're fine. Oh, kind of freehand the last shot here. Nicely done by Jasnix.
Yep. He says, "Screw your setups. We're just gonna do it the old-fashioned way."
We just have good eyes here, which is definitely something that someone his age could be able to say. At this point, I don't think you can freehand anything. Any glasses, man.
Listen, man, glasses are expensive. I don't.
They are. Gonna have to wait for the elevator now.
Little unfortunate timing here for Jasnix. Jim clearing out our ghost ship, so it must be there something. Or something must be there. Wow, that was not English what I just said.
It's okay, it's okay. It's all French to me anyway. In these settings, we start with the butter sword, as we like to call it, the hero sword. So we don't start swordless. Back in season 4, we used to start swordless, and everyone kind of hated it, so it never came back.
It was one of those things we thought was a good idea, and then we actually played with it enough, and we were like, this kind of sucks.
Yeah, the sheet is invisible, so Vacation Link looks even more vacation-y, I do believe.
Yep, good old shirtless Link here. Nothing down below, so... Looks like Jim's gonna head into Tower of the Gods here, as we, running a little low on checks. So, we could see him do Leafless, Tachi.
Could be interesting to see, honestly. It is doable, it's
doable,
slow.
But it's very slow and very, just kind of tedious. It's not really hard.
Thankfully, the water doesn't rise too fast for us to drop the boulder.
Alright. Jazz with a nice little cutscene cancel there.
When the wind is really not in their direction, you gotta have to leave pump.
Yeah, just gonna grapple hook across here. Yeah, Vacation Link, one of the fan favorite skins in the community.
It's a beautiful skin, especially if you play casually, because the weapons and all the items are also just fantastic. It's just that there's a pointer for the arrows, so you kind of can't use it.
Plus the halo.
Yeah,
it's magic arrows, but
oh, a shield.
Okay. Not fully sure yet if shield's really going to be required for us. But with Leaf,
but in this scene, you kind of just pick him up because ET could be a thing, as we said earlier.
Yeah. ET can just be dumb, so.
Also, Angular has been into that, though, I do believe.
Yes. So far, not a whole lot here for Jasnix and DRC, but...
Nope, but it's one of those dungeons that... good consideration of items. You never know when it's going to start to pay. And also, we have a bust beat at the end, so...
True.
Not the worst use of our time.
I thought he was randomly going to open that chest, but okay. He baited me out.
Fun. It would have been fun.
Just a key there on the bird nest. Yep, we do know all 4 keys are accessible because our big key chest was hinted foolish, so... looks like nothing in there.
Right, we're gonna use a statue here to clip to the wall because statues are friend-shaped.
Statues are friend, not food.
If you can heat the statue, good God, you have some strong teeth.
Yes, this is kind of the meta. I guess I could call it like the meta clear of DRC.
Shooting down the platform to do it backwards. Yeah, it's an old meta because you don't use keys when you go backwards, as you've noticed. You can open just doors as if nothing really happens. You need a key to open them, but the game doesn't take it away from you. So when you see a key chest later, you don't need to stop for it.
Jazz, this was hinted foolish.
It was interesting.
Honestly, this probably is just total muscle memory kicking in here.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you check near the end if you haven't found anything. So
yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have just enough magic. There we go.
one tick left, but
yeah, that's plenty. Leaf in a volcano, yes. It's a very resistant leaf.
It's got the magic.
Oh, just going for it. Floor 1 skip.
Yep, good old leafless F1 skip.
Using the old method with the sword slashes here. Very well done.
I believe there's a way you can do it without jump slashing, but it's kind of precise, so...
It's a pretty easy setup to get. It's just about remembering it, honestly. And
yep.
That can be really hard.
Jim can full Kiritachi. You only really need a grapple hook to do it. It's kind of annoying to do, but you can.
Yeah, there's strategies to do everything in here without it. But it always feels a little more sketchy, we like to call it.
Yeah, definitely quite a bit slower than if you have Leaf, but... Excuse me. Jim may also not be going all the way through if he's doing this sprouting. I have seen some runners just get up to the stone tablet, check the stone tablet, and leave.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of variations of this one, honestly.
Yeah, so it's definitely it'll be up to him to see how far he wants to go, but
at least Jack's clip is here for us.
True.
Grab the statue through the floor. And yes, they are doing all 3 races back to back to back. So if you like Wind Waker Randomizer, this is the day for you.
Yeah. If we do have to see all 3 races, it'll probably be pretty close to 6 hours, if I had to guess.
Yeah. The good old big armbos.
Yep.
Ooh, spiky chest here. Meanwhile, Jasnix about to finish things off with Goma. Well done.
My page randomly just reset on me. Cool. But, alright, Moblin's letter there for Jim. Does have his deluxe picto. I'm sure he probably checked Manenko by now. Oh, I didn't even realize that. Apparently, Jazz is racing Bobby today.
According to his dream, at least, yes. Oh well. Manenko was dead. She was found dead in the streets of Windfall.
Were you the one who secretly killed her or something? Sheesh.
Nah. Just like the meme about Scrappy Doo being found dead in the streets of Miami, so I replicated with Manenko and Windfall. I couldn't do it. I don't know how to program, so I can't kill pixels in the game. Hey, another piece of the cheese. Gymnast is keeping going on, so we're gonna see more of Tower of the Gods.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like that. I like information.
Alright, so Jazz gonna head into our ET entrance here, which at this point we know is our Earth Temple.
Yeah, it's the only reigning location.
Unfortunately, I don't know how much Jazz is gonna want to do in Earth Temple.
At least open the warp button. I'll say that much.
Oh no, Jim's gonna have to do this from the really stupid way.
Oh yeah, it's time to just take the elevator slowly.
That's the worst feeling ever when you're doing Leafless Tachi and you see this chest spiky.
It's just like, no. Especially when the arrows don't want to work, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know how some of those didn't hit, but
I have no idea.
Some of those looked pretty good, but
that's a good first name, honestly. Like that. 86, good name. Spoils bag. Oh.
Okay.
So the green shoes could come into play. Oh boy.
Yeah, actually, a few checks open up with spoils now, so definitely nice for Jim, but
Jess is already out of the dungeon.
I wouldn't say that, Lublum, just for the simple reason that there are multiple checks that Spoilbags opens on Windfall, so that could push him towards Great Fish, do the mail check, and then go clear Needle Rock.
Needle Rock was the location of the leaf, for the question in the chat. Also, I love how we don't have leaf here. We just get to do that nice little bomb job. We don't see it enough to me.
I love bomb jumping.
You don't even need to bomb jump to get inside, so that was just a freebie. Thanks, Jim.
What a homie.
Alright, Jasnix picked up the power bracelets at some point, so we are gonna see some pig eating.
Yep. Pig eat, Grandma, go clear out at Forbidden Woods.
Yeah, not too much of a surprise there.
Nice clean routing here from Jasnix.
It is definitely about spoilers, yes. The fact that runners are not allowed to read chat, it's also the reason why we have a nice little 10-minute delay from them. So they're so fast that they're running in the future. Great. Elixir soup has been acquired. Soup.
Yep. Yeah, Jim. Pretty much, once he goes Needle Rock, he'll be caught up. Jazz not finding a whole lot in the with his little advantage he found, but this is all stuff Jim will almost certainly check. So.
I mean, a little doesn't want to cooperate. There we go.
There we go. This is why I don't do Pig Eat, because Pig Eat just.
That was the best.
I end up talking to.
To Habe. Habe.
Yeah, I forgot his name. You can't beat the game with no leaf. However, this seed with Forbidden Woods, there's no known way currently to beat it without leaf.
And trust us, somebody looked a lot.
Somebody spent a very long time testing everything to try and break it, so.
It's one of those sad things where it sadly didn't pan out.
I think technically you can make it past the second room, if I remember right, but it's like stupid precise.
Yeah, something like that. The Dark Nut in front of Jim. The one Dark Nut that doesn't work for Ganondorf, somehow. Thankfully, he has the same weakness as every other Dark Nut, aka you turning into a Beyblade.
We currently have not found a sword.
I was about to say, if this is a sword, it's gonna be funny, but nope, it's a shield.
I was like, do I wait to open this chest? Nah, because it'll be funny if there's, but no.
Nah, sadly, the comedy gods were not on our side today.
Yes, so the 3 pearls unlock the Tower of the Gods entrance, which this seed leads to Dragonry's Cavern.
Also, the green pearl itself does unlock a piece of mail from Komali's dad.
True. And yes, the other shield is in DRC.
Yeah, the other shield in DRC. Also, minimally finding Din's pearl does make the lava in front of DRC go into rock, so that's pretty interesting too.
Mm-hmm.
The one that really doesn't do much is Nehru's pearl. So
yeah, that one's kind of useless.
It's down on the tier list, sadly. Hey, a sword!
Hallelujah, we finally
complain
found one.
about it and you'll find one. Quick snacks. Complain about not having $1 million. It's time.
I tried, okay? I played the lottery and I didn't win.
The Powerball was so powerful.
It was not powerful for me. Also, I was just reciprocating what chat was asking. We didn't have a sword at the time, but now we do.
We do. As I said, if you complain about it hard enough, usually shows off. Alright, time for Golden. The answer when anyone asks you who's ahead, it's him.
True.
And 2 hands, too. I almost made a gotta hand it to him joke, but I'll calm down.
Nah, just do it.
Also, happy 1 hour.
Happy 1 hour, everybody.
Golden is ahead, yes. Oh man. Climb the tree. Repulse yourself. Yeah, there is a bit of every game at some points in the year. It depends on what tournaments are going on. Currently, this tournament is going on, so there is a bit of to like to for every Zelda fan, honestly. Except the Zelda CDI fans. Sorry, you guys don't eat much.
every once in a while, they'll do like a Wands of Gamelon race or something. But
it's beautiful when it happens. It's beautiful.
I know Trez is a big fan of those games, but
the remakes for the PC are pretty good. Honestly, I've played. I think it was Faces of Evil, and it just goes. It's pretty good. If you like Zelda 2, it feels pretty similar. A little goofier in the cutscenes, but you know.
I'll be honest, I've never played them, so I don't have a strong opinion.
The best category for those games is basic. It's all cutscenes. You can't go wrong with that one. Where your only goal is to see every bit of animation. Can't wait to bomb some Dodongos, man.
I can't wait.
Alright, Gymnast now on Dragon Roost Island.
Yep. Well, excuse me, princess.
Beautiful. Fun fact, in French, the Link in those games has the same voice as the famous cartoon character Tintin in English.
Oh, really?
Yeah, same voice. Same
That's
voice.
That's wild.
It kind of throws everyone for a loop. Alright, Jasnix going deeper in this dungeon than we've ever seen before. Are we gonna find anything though? That's the question.
I'll bet we'll find something here, surely, right?
Surely. Nice way to skip the vines here.
Okay, well. We found our other magic that we don't really care about.
The good old double magic that we already have, yes. Let's see, we talked about the CDI games a lot, but there are other obscure Zelda games, like the Tingle series. Oh boy, the Tingle series.
Yes. I do unfortunately have experience with those, but...
I mean, they're beautiful in all the wrong ways.
They're in their own tier of bad, to the point where they're almost, like, kind of charming bad.
That is so true. They are charming, honestly.
So to beat this seed, we need all 8 shards, the full power master sword, the light arrows, power bracelets, grapple hook, leaf. Technically, we could have seen runner skip hookshot if it wasn't in like the most easy spot ever to find. So we need a lot.
But not the logic for the end, so... Oh boy, that was close for Jasnix.
A little spooky.
Just a little spoopy. Jim is very close to the leaf right now, yes. I'll be honest. Couldn't be any closer.
Jim almost certainly will be grabbing it here. In probably like a minute-ish.
First things first, capitalism. We have trade to conduct.
Who's the crowd favorite here? Probably Jim, but Jim, one of the more popular runners in the community, but...
It really is, honestly. Jasnix a little more of a, let's say, indie hit. Very good runner.
Oh, yeah.
A little less well-known, but they're both very, very good at this game.
Yeah. No, these guys are 10 times better than I will ever be at this game, so...
I just love seeing runners of that quality go for it. The end of these tournaments is always good. I see, a man of culture rooting for the underdog. So this season, I don't really have predictions made, so I'm rooting for the game at this point. Oh, very nice thrown the boomerang on Jasnix. All of the vines are off, so there's not going to be a lot left. Do not believe we've seen Linkus in a while, so might be running HD instead.
He's doing his Linkus thing. I don't know. He does a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Oh, Kalidimos already defeated. Also, a sword on Kalidimos. So second sword been acquired. Oh, doing the jump while picking up the sword. That's a...
That is actually kind of spooky to do, because I've seen runners not grab the item in time.
That's ballsy, honestly. That's ballsy.
I
do like the angle he used for it, though, because it used the sword slash to then get into the warp. He wasn't quite into it at first. Right.
Jim about to pick up his leaf.
Oh boy. He's about to fly off.
Jazz gonna be checking out where our light arrows are here.
Using the cannon the way that Miyamoto intended? What is this?
At least use the boomerang, yeah.
I mean, or use the all strategy of just going up and putting bombs where the cannons are.
Fortunately, getting a nice little ladder block there, as Jim is going to be joining us as well.
Oh man, they're holding hands. They're holding hands. I repeat, everyone.
Somehow, after an hour and almost 10 minutes, we're holding hands again. But
beautiful. It's cute. The cannons kind of won this round. For Jim.
Unlucky for Jim. There we go.
He won this one though.
Gets the nice quadra kill on the cannons.
Oh, the spikes! The spikes are here.
Yep. Our hinted light arrows.
Yeah.
So in
the randomizer only.
Yes, in the vanilla game, boomerang takes 2 hits. But in the rando, they changed the damage on it to kill him in one shot.
Yeah, because there were so many cannons, especially in the longer settings where you have more of the C checks. They just decided to boost the damage a little. Make it a little more palatable. Light arrows acquired by boat runners. So boat runners have a master sword, not the same one though. So that's interesting to note.
Yep. Jasnix is gonna head up to Tower of the Gods here, so he'll pick up his second sword.
Oh wow, I didn't even realize that. There's another sword in the mail.
He'll pick up his final sword. Never mind.
Oh boy. Also, you are very much right in the chat right now, saying that the held hands for both the fire and ice arrows and the light arrow on the same island both times.
What I'd say is ahead here. I would honestly say both runners are
it's pretty neck and neck,
close.
Honestly.
I think Jasnix might be slightly ahead, but
it's very slightly.
It's very close right now.
His Tower of the Gods should take a little less time than Jim's took because of all the items he has now. But other than that, it's very, very close. There's a few Master Swords in the lore and in the game too.
Yep. So Randomizer does progressive swords, so there's 3 extra swords put in the pool. First sword gives you the just base Master Sword, then the half power, and then the full power.
Which, funnily enough, don't hit any harder than the first Master Sword you get.
I was just about to say that, but...
why do we call it full power? Let's call it full key or something.
I don't know.
Barrier Breaker Master Sword.
I like that better.
It's kind of cute. Okay, Gymnast now heading for our temple, which is inside of this. Super Master Sword 3. That's a naming convention I can get behind.
I like it.
Now imagine a Master Sword with very long flowing blonde hair for some reason.
Ah, yes, the Fabio sword.
Good old Fabio sword. The sword name. It gets a little weird in lore. It's like there's few of them for some reason.
Yeah, so Jim saw it was ET, said nope. Basically, I think Jim's thought process, although I can't ask him in the interview, but
yeah, the entrances are a little rando, and honestly, seeing your temple, I can't understand why a runner would go back, because it's the one dungeon we don't have everything to complete yet. So,
and it's disgustingly slow.
it really is. It really is.
No hammer yet either, so Jim might be thinking, depending on where my keys are, I might not. There is a shard in ET.
Yeah.
So
makes it even harder to want to commit to ET without having your hammer to unlock every chest. So.
Yep.
So
mirror shield's kind of a
mirror shield. There it is.
Well, we knew that was there, but
yeah, but
mirror shield's kind of
a. It's beautiful.
I was just reading chat here. Mirror shield's kind of like, I consider it kind of a soft requirement for ET. It's actually not all that hard to skip, except if you have to go all the way into the basement. But if you're only missing one item going in ET, a lot of the times you'll find it before that.
There's a reason we've seen so many ET go modes over the year. It's one of those dungeons. Alright, shooting down the platform for Jim. Meanwhile, Jasnix side hopping through the dungeon.
Yep. Statue
Speaking
1 of 3.
Hops, I love the statue hopping that speed. It's beautiful.
It's the best change they ever made to this game.
I did like how long the statues took before, because you gotta have a break, but at the same time, cutscenes, you know.
I mean, that alone probably cut like a full minute and a half of how long Tachi takes.
Probably, honestly.
Because those cutscenes were crazy long.
A little brutal. The bokoblins just hiding in the pots always get me. It's been years of me seeing it, but they just come out of there with so much flair, you know? They're just like, I have been slumbering for how long to catch you off guard. But the real question is how they get in there, you know?
They're very flexible.
Extremely flexible. Bokoblins, they're ahead of gymnasts in general, you know? As far as flexibility goes. But gymnasts still killed them. Yeah, the door just pushes them into the boss. That would be good. But explain why it breaks so easily. Alright, Jasnix about to bring another statue back to the middle of the room. Nice little side hops. A little faster than walking.
Yep. Iron Boots were in Forbidden Woods, the double mothula room, so at the end of Forbidden Woods.
The spiky boots and the spiky chest.
They don't do a whole lot for us this seed, so not really super notable, but
if you see us not lose our shit about an item, it means that for that seed in particular, it's not very good.
That's usually a good rule of thumb, yeah.
But if we had a need to go into the Wind Temple entrance, would have been a little more hype about it.
Yep.
Good key. Both of them are doing a dungeon that we've already seen. The room where it's going to show the most that Jasnix has the leaf is this one. The room that's coming. Oh boy.
Yeah, this room without leaf is very slow. So, Wind Temple entrance goes to Wind Temple, but Wind Temple is totally foolish to seed, so we don't really care about it.
Yeah, basically the 4 dungeons that on the tracker have a Triforce under the bosses are dungeons that we know are required for this seed. The other 2 don't have anything this seed, but this could change between seeds, basically.
So when we go to game 2 here in a little bit, it's very likely we'll see a different dungeon layout, different entrances and all that, so should be
it just keeps things fresh.
Yeah.
Which I remember the boss key chest for DRC isn't it dead? Only one way to find out. We're about to find out too, so should be interesting. Seems like he did. We're going for the warp pot instead. It's a little time save for Jim. Meanwhile, Jasnix picking up Mr. Statue here.
Yep. Statue number 2 out of 3.
But since he did them in out of order, that's the last statue for him, I do believe.
Oh, did he do?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw 2 already.
Honestly, I clearly have not been paying close enough attention to it.
So it does happen with dungeons we've already seen. We're not very interested to see items because we already know them.
Yeah.
But I do believe it's statue number 3 for him. Yep, I saw the lasers on the.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's a change that happened a few seasons ago. You can now do them out of order. Back in the days, you kind of had to go 1, 2, 3. That's why we still call them that way.
Yep.
We could find them little names, but it's hard to find differences on these statues for some reason. Like for a second in my head, I was like, oh, we could call this one horny, but then I was like, they all have horns, man. They all do. The random pallets on the enemies, always a trick, yes. It does give us like Got Goma here.
Very Gatorade blue Goma, I like to.
Master Sword has been completed. The Bayer Breaker is here.
Yep. So for those who are wondering, technically Jasnix can go finish the game. However, he does have to go beat the boss of Earth Temple. So still not quite all the way go mode yet, but we're
You see, chat, I want to call it horny because I have the maturity level of a 8-year-old. That's why. We totally get it.
Who doesn't love a good horny joke in 2025? And also shards, but
oh man, look at just wait. My maturity drops every seed, so if we get to game 3, I'm gonna be making underwear jokes. It's gonna be great.
oh boy.
We found where did we find this underwear set?
By game 3, I'll be sick of him and just God, get me out of here.
Under there, yes. Even if I reverse the joke, I can't make it funny in my head. Could you say that again, Comes? Maybe in game 3. Maybe in game 3.
But only if we get to game 3. Game 2, nah.
Yeah. We need it to be ZSR after dark, you know? Thankfully, the sun goes down pretty fast these days, so we'll get there.
Well, it's not quite after dark for me, considering it's 1:30 in the afternoon. So still got a few more hours of sunlight by me, but
2:30 for me. So really, just is about how high or north on the planet you are at some point.
True. So he's using ice arrows.
On the ends, because they deal double the damage of regular arrow, basically. So you only need 1 arrow to close the hand instead of 2. That is the reason.
Yep.
Then we switch back to regular arrows because it doesn't matter for the eyes.
Rose, what's with all these coast people in the...
Look at that, people from everywhere in the world.
Well, North America, but...
North America, but still. I mean, if you ask the geography classes in America, that is the whole world. Even I don't exist. Because I'm Canadian.
It's sad, but it's true. Anyway.
Hey, a Tingle statue.
Hey, useless Tingle statue, let's go.
He's about as useful as Tingle himself was.
Okay.
They're not even gonna say the third one. No, no. I have been forgotten.
just pick...
Nobody talks about Montreal. Nobody.
Quebec, never heard of her.
Honestly, Saskatoon actually a real place somehow, but the name does sound fake. What's Quebec? According to some historians, a mistake. But according to other historians, the start of Canada. So. All right, we are on this island, the beautiful private oasis, which is one of these islands that when I pronounce them, you realize this guy doesn't speak English for real.
I kind of like the alternate...
Hey, the skull hammer's there!
Okay. Unfortunately, that does kind of lock Jasnix out of doing the rest of Private Oasis, but...
It does, yeah. It sure is one of the places of all time for Skullhammer to be.
I'm not overly surprised, but it's kind of gross. I won't lie. Definitely not a...
It's not the worst place I've seen. My favorite personally is Vanilla, where you beat Phantom Ganon and then just get it. You're just like, okay. I look for it everywhere. Jasnix is going around for Triforce Inns right now.
Yep. Sees that our Shard 8 was in, I think Dragonhurst Island, but...
You're not wrong about the worst places. It's just, I like the worst places. I'm what people call a masochist, you know?
What's the worst check to be vanilla?
Worst check to be vanilla? Oh, good question, honestly.
Hookshot?
Hookshot is pretty up there, honestly, because you don't really want to go into Wind Temple without the hookshot, at least settings. Grapple also could be pretty bad vanilla, honestly.
Grapple's pretty bad, yeah. At least Grapple, like, you can at least full clear all of DRC without it.
Yeah, it's one of those. The Deluxe Picto Box also pretty high.
I don't even remember where that is vanilla, to be honest.
It's on Lenzo. It's
oh, that's right.
The assistant.
The Firefly. Yeah.
The leaf being vanilla also kind of hurts because you get to the leaf and you're just like, oh no.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Thank you, Gabe. I will now proceed to cry myself. I love how the rupees stay in the air there before falling down.
Yeah.
Good old for the woods that doesn't understand physics.
So, why the leaf being vanilla is so bad? Leaf is on the tree branch track on Forest Haven. If you don't have leaf, there's no real super fast way to get it. And so it's just kind of annoying to be there, I guess is the best way to put it.
You just climb your way up slowly and then you realize, that was the fastest way I could do this today.
Yeah. I think we do occasionally see it be
A nice little bomb clip here by Jim.
Yeah, we actually had a nice little combo there. Jazz doing nice little bomb drop storage on that chest. Gonna move his way into the basement.
So gotta say, this is the truth. Earlier I saw in the chat someone say that Jasnix is now in the Shard Casino, and yep, we're there now.
Yep.
So we're gonna see Jasnix probably gone for the go mode here. Hope to find the shards on the way. But then if they're not on the way, start looking for them everywhere.
Yeah, so we do kind of have a kind of interesting way to clear Earth Temple. It's a lot of glitches, a lot of alternate ways to do rooms, but it kind of lets us grab stuff on the way, and then slowly but surely we'll make our way to the boss.
Oh, nice sync on the chest opening here. Oh.
So the shards are anywhere. Back before, I think, was it last season? Was it season 7 when they made the change? I forget.
I think so. I think if you're talking about the same thing I have in mind.
Probably.
So basically, we went from having bosses on it, having all the shards, to having required bosses. So the bosses don't necessarily have shards anymore, but they could. But we still need to defeat them to go to the end of the game.
So right now we know one of our shards is here in Earth Temple. The other one is, I don't think we've seen a single hint for, so we're in Singular Shard Casino currently.
Yep. But that's a good thing you remember, Fishman. We used to do things that way, so it can be a little confusing, and we kind of forget to explain it to people that don't watch these settings too often.
Yep. So the Triforce shards under it was kind of left over from when the bosses had shards on them.
Yeah, it's
just
kind of a tradition at this point. We could probably find a better way to signify it, but basically we still use it to say you need to defeat these bosses to get to the end of the game. I do admit it's a little confusing. Jasnix using the telescope to peek through a wall. Beautiful.
The thing is,
Archimel with the sword.
Jim will probably check the spoils bag and Moblin Slayer stuff here on Windfall. I don't suspect we'll see him do much more than that before going to Earth Temple. but who knows?
And here we see Jim just mixing up 2 letters. You don't need to mail Moblin's letter. You just give it in person. Unlike Maggie's letter, which you need to mail.
I won't.
Man. It's confusing.
I won't lie. I do that all the time.
I do that all the time too. Beautiful.
So Orca sends you his letter once you beat Forbidden Woods. Once you kill the boss and basically reload the area, the letter will spawn.
Ooh, lots of buddy.
Nothing on our green boys.
The green shoes were not the chosen ones. If you just give a person the letters that really you mail, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Direct delivery. If the last shard is in Cabana, oh boy.
Oh. If it's in Cabana, that's really unfortunate for Jazz.
It really is, yes.
Wow, Jim is rolling in dough right now.
He's just rich. He's winning the money race all of a sudden. Maggie's letter. Maggie is receiving the Boblin's letter, so beautiful.
I wouldn't say Jim's gonna wait all the way, because there's a lot of the checks we have left are kind of slow.
It's about to get really interesting, is all I've got to say at this point, because they both have the reverse of the checks of the others do, and we don't know who's gonna find first.
Yeah, Jazz gonna be finishing up his dungeons clear here, but Jim has a bunch of overworld left, so.
Oh, shard! A shard!
Oh. So that's actually pretty good for Jasnix. If he goes Windfall, which I would suspect he'd go relatively soon, just because of how much there is there. Weirdly, he did save warp out, which I don't. Or he took the warp out, which.
I mean, it's not that hard to go back into our temple in this seed, so you can see it.
Thankfully, ever since they added the warp back in, it's not too bad. But just gonna check our tree leaf here. We know it's nothing, but
yeah, Jim is going for MLSCT at this point, so pretty interesting.
Yep, I would definitely say finding that shard puts Jim ahead. I wouldn't say comfortably ahead. It kind of really just comes down to when does Jasnix go to Windfall.
It's a pretty uncomfortable head at this point. I love getting Baido's letter because he congratulates you for stuff that you haven't even done in this universe.
You know that thing you did that definitely did, that letter game that we definitely did?
2 letters? Whoa!
Right side was empty.
Stuff dead? We don't actually know at this point, I think.
We know right side is dead, so.
The right is dead. That's true. You're right.
Basically, all the stuff we care about is dead. Technically, Cabana could have like a.
It's gonna be a pretty interesting end of the seed, honestly, because Gymnast still has to get to the boss, finish it, find their shard too. So the right side of our temple, we mean. Sorry, it's easy to get confused by these.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't remember if there was a key on right side, but there might have been. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. For our for us, hammer's not required the seed, but
pretty easy to skip at this point. Oh, don't worry about it. we always try to make it the more simple as possible, but some of these things are pretty confusing. The lingo gets to you, honestly.
Yeah, we're using a lot of, like, both of us are very long-time runners, so we're slash commentators, so we're using a lot of lingo and a lot of slang.
So never hesitate to ask us what something means. Like,
Absolutely.
if it's not clear, we'll make it clearer.
Yep. So that's no mode for us. Looks like Jasnix has feathers, so gonna head to DRI first.
Wouldn't be surprised yet.
Pretty much just a race to windfall for Jazz.
Yeah. It's gonna be a race between how fast can Gymnast finish this dungeon and find the shard, between how fast Jasnix gets to the shard on Zaneri.
I would suspect Jim will grab that shard after going to the boss, so assuming Jazz goes windfall after this, Jazz will probably be a couple minutes ahead.
I wouldn't be too surprised by that, honestly. I think that's a fair assumption.
Check density-wise, that's easily where Jasnix has the most stuff left, so that's the only reason why I'm more confident about him going there. But
check density at this point of the seed becomes really, really important.
Jazz heading into Tachi?
Interesting.
Didn't he already beat Tachi?
I do believe he did, but did he forget one check or something?
Oh, he still has hop across.
Up across, oh boy. Again, I forgot about up across. And apparently Jazz did earlier, so did forget about it earlier, I mean. Or else we wouldn't be back there.
Yeah, agreed, Lublum. If you're gonna orphan this check, it's a last location. Can I go for the roll clip?
See this neat trick.
Yeah, so you can roll clip this. It's really annoying, so I don't do this. Or you don't even have to roll clip. You can just clip.
Jazz did it, so beautiful. Alright, time for hop across. And by hop across, I mean you shoot fire arrows and find out if you need to hop across.
Right.
And by hop across, I mean take your leaf and don't hop across.
Unless you don't have leaf, and then you cry. But so this is good for Jim. This is a pretty big time dump here from Jasnix.
Yeah, all of that for a nice little wooden chest.
I think everybody cries when they have to do hop across. It's just kind of... It's one of those checks that everybody hates, but...
The only reason I like this check is because I like counter plays.
It's fun.
The only reason you like it.
It's fun when you're commentating and you can laugh at the runner's pain, but when you're the runner, you cry.
Alright, time for Jahala. Gymnast side. Just have the boost for a sword, so it should be pretty easy. Jahala versus Zaneri. I think it's gonna come out to this.
So this race is... This is gonna be tight. I don't know exactly what order Jazz is gonna do. Is he doing Zunari first?
Seems like it. Oh boy. Actually, I just remembered this still needs to go to the basement to get the shard. It's gonna be a little less tight than I thought.
Jazz with the absolute read of the century there. I'm a little surprised he didn't check the spoil stuff as well, just because that was a little lower sphere. But
I mean, when you have a dock right next to Zaneri, it makes sense, honestly.
True.
Especially if you think that your opponent is at the same point as you. reversing a few checks, like starting with Zaneri, then doing the spoil stuff, because you know that people do the spoil stuff first, could be a nice idea, honestly. But yeah, we have the end of the seed coming up right here. But don't forget, we have all 3 races going in a row today. So
Yep.
if you want to see more of this tournament, more of this matchup, more Wind Waker action, it's gonna be coming up to you right after this.
Yep. So just to kind of let chat know what's going to happen, I am going to have to cut the stream just for YouTube VOD reasons, but it should only be down for like maybe a minute. And I'm kind of talking with the runners right now, so we'll see if they want to take a break or not. But
they're usually not big on breaks, these two, but you never know. You never know.
True.
I know Jim is kind of an endurance runner. The more he runs in a day, the better he gets. Jazz, I think he usually is better at first, so it's gonna be very interesting. They're both very, very good runners, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, both these guys are. Yes, this is best of 3, so Jasnix most likely will take game 1 here, unless something absolutely tragic happens in high roll, but with Soup that shouldn't happen. Yeah, Jip does these like 10-hour streams every day where he does like 3-hour speedruns on repeat, so...
Yeah, it's that's why I say he's an endurance runner, honestly.
Yep.
The only thing that can kind of stop the endurance in these kind of races is the what we like to call the seed bleed between seeds.
Yes.
Where you remember doing something, but then you haven't really done it in this seed in particular.
I feel like every time I ever play... If I ever play 2 or 3 seeds in a day, I almost always seed bleed something.
It's a real medical condition. Alright, the spiky chest has been found by Gymnast. He's about to get into go mode.
Yep. Let's race to finish the game here. Jasnix with a pretty hefty lead, though.
Yeah, it's all about keeping it. It's his race to lose at this point, basically.
Yeah. At this skill level, I doubt we're gonna see a death in high roll. It does sometimes happen, but...
Especially with the 4th heart, we are, as I said earlier, healthy boys.
Yeah.
Sometimes the aim is not quite there on the PG either, so that could be a little bit of time loss for one of the runners or the other. But we'll have to see. Oh, nice little first snipe here. Second snipe, well done too. Through the body, you never know when that works. Alright. Missing a few shots here. It's not easy to aim with a rubber ducky on the arm.
Yeah, that is kind of the one downside of this skin.
There's a few skins that are really interesting for aiming with a bow. One of my favorites being Grandma. Because Grandma has like those big muscular arms that take up most of the screen for some reason. Oh man. time for phase 2, the spider. I'm always gonna mention Grandma Cat. Don't worry about it. I'm the reason why we have so many grandma commands. It's me. Oh, nicely done. We have one of the two follow-up snipes done. We need only one more shot on this phase. There we go. Not quite a double, but also good. What's going to be the strat on PG3? I wonder. Just going for snipes. Getting the bombs out now. Stopping the beast in its track. Setting up for a trog shot. Not quite getting it though. There we go. That is the end for Puppet Ganon on Jasnix's side. Meanwhile, Jim about to enter the room with Phantom Ganon. Phantom Ganon is always going to be the one behind. According to the experts.
Alright. Jazz starting up the rope climb here.
I love the rope climb.
Not the highest rope climb I've ever seen, but played it safe, so.
Honestly, playing it safe always a good way to go about things in a tournament, it seems. Gymnast is now on the final staircase. Called that way because for some reason most of the tower, most of Ganon Tower doesn't have staircases to get to the top.
Right.
The architecture, not his strong suit, honestly. Alright, talk to Zelda. Wait for the bad guy to jump at you. Be a Beyblade for a few seconds. Talk to Zelda again. Crash into the wall. Bravo, you are now on phase 2. That's
yes.
The script is being respected. Nice little spin here. Zelda's back up.
And
Alright.
there we go.
Send your GG's to Jazz. We finished with a time of 1:50.44. The sword is in the forehead. And we are off to game 2. Meanwhile, Gymnast defeating the first phase of Puppet Ganon. We are now on phase 2. The spider's ear. And thank you, Skygoro, for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. This was game 1 of Jasnix versus Gymnast. And we are going to be heading to game 2 soonish. So it's going to be pretty fun. I do believe that Gymnast is going to forfeit this one, considering that we are now on the nice little pause screen.
Yep. So Jim did decide to forfeit that run. So basically what's going to happen now is we're getting everything set up for game 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to cut stream, quick do some stuff behind the scenes, and then we'll be right back and we'll get into game 2 here in probably, I would say maybe about 15-ish minutes, something like that.
Beautiful. And yeah, stay tuned because it's not gonna get. I'd say it's gonna get even more heated up right now because we have the 2 runners. They're now warmed up. It's gonna be beautiful to see.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. But until then, huge thanks to our 2 trackers behind the scenes, Lada Chiamaka and Spread. And also thanks to Mont for dealing with me for the last hour and a half, almost 2 hours. But
I can think of much worse ways to spend my Sunday.
Aww.
It's always fun.
Oh yeah. So Jim was at the end of Puppet Cannon, or he was end of the first phase of Puppet Cannon. So Jazz was probably about 2-ish, won by probably about 2 minutes if Jim would have finished, maybe a little longer. But yeah, we will go ahead and put on a pause screen here. But we will see you all back here in probably 15-20 minutes.